Now, live from Ernie's Cut Rate Liquor Store, shooting range, candle shop, bowling alley, massage parlor, it's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, it's me. Happy day, happy day.
Oh my goodness. This is holy shit. What is this? This is episode 46.
46.
Yes.
46.
Just like my age.
Picking up sticks. 7, 8,
46.
lay them straight. 9, 10, big fat hen. Easter's on its way.
I am 46 years old.
That's awesome.
In this episode 46.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Which is good because I've got some rants to go on in this episode too. So that's good.
It's early.
Folks, I'm just telling you right now.
It's early.
If you could listen to our conversations before and after.
We both got the monster. I know, right?
We do.
I know.
Right. We've got the monster. Hey, it is episode 46 of the Dave and Doc Podcast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Doc.
As indicated by our memojis below.
I can't get... There it is. I got it.
Yeah, there you go. And you can see all this and hear all this on the website at DaveandDoc.com. That's Dave, A-N-D, DOC.com. Thanks for the nearly 2,000 viewers of last week's episode.
That was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
We really appreciate that.
A lot of people in Japan. Not joking. A lot of people in Japan watching the podcast.
Makes you wonder.
I don't know.
I mean, that's awesome.
I mean, I do like. I did find out that some of the sushi and things that I like, some of that stuff does come from Nagasaki, the Nagasaki River. Which, yeah, right.
How did we determine this?
I forget. I was talking to like a sushi chef or something out in Seattle.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say now, Dave.
Yes. No. This wasn't a.
I was talking to the sushi chef in Knoxville, and they said this is from Nagasaki, Japan. I've been like, you might be lying.
And all I can tell you is that it was predestined.
That's
that I that I have sushi that's probably radioactive. Folks, again, one day when we are very much older and have not, and we just don't give a shit anymore, we're gonna do a real show about how we really feel about some stuff.
That's it. It's very Calvinist of you, Dave. Did you know that we were going to do that? So it's I got you. I got you. I got it.
When I was 8. When I was 8.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, some people say clairvoyant. I just think destiny.
So you're right. Right.
That's it.
That was a great act on America's Got Talent, the clairvoyance. That girl was hot. Just saying.
I did not see that.
The only reason to watch it is because of the girl in the act. It's a husband and wife team.
I'll have to pick that up.
Yeah,
okay.
she's
that's
cool.
pretty crazy. That's bizarre. That's bizarre. It's not like the fortune tellers where they basically lead you into the answer.
I know, and that's so stupid.
I mean, it's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
There's a hang on. Cannot.
No, don't.
The people that listen. No. Here's what I'll say. There is a business group in the United States that helps other businesses come to conclusions and helps with the conversations.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more about them and what I think, shoot me an email on the website and I'll be happy to talk to you about it.
There you go.
But
okay. Otherwise,
I might be. Yeah,
I got you. I'm with you, brother.
It's all a form of mentalism. And you know, like even the clairvoyant people, there's somebody in the audience telling them the answers.
There you go.
Because that's not how that works.
I got you.
Other than a few people that we identified before the podcast that we can't name.
That's right.
We identified some people that have this ability.
That's right.
And that is just 100% natural.
It's amazing.
Either that or they just fell backwards into shit. One or the other.
Oh, shit!
Soft and stinky. And on that note, let's talk about Easter. So
Yeah,
Easter coming up. Easter coming up next week. Easter
that's
coming up
right.
next week.
That's right.
Yep. So we've got things. So I'll be unavailable next week. Sorry to break America's hearts.
Oh no.
But
no.
I know. But it's okay. It's okay. Yes. Because 3 crazy nights instead of 8 crazy nights like Hanukkah. 3 crazy nights starting with Good Friday. So there you go. So in honor of that, so we got some Easter jokes. None of these are inappropriate, I promise. Okay, so you ready? Without further ado, Easter dad jokes. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Okay, what do you call a sleeping egg?
Oh my God, what do you call sleep?
Exhausted.
Yeah, of course you do. Because what else would you call?
Why did the Easter egg hide?
Why?
He was a little chicken.
Good Lord. Oy.
What day does an Easter egg hate the most?
What day?
Friday. I love fried eggs. Do you like fried eggs? Fried eggs are delicious.
I like scrambled.
Scrambled are good too.
Scrambled with cheese.
What did the chicken say when it saw the scrambled Easter eggs?
What?
Crazy mixed up kids.
I was gonna say, that's my child.
Right.
My kid.
Crazy mixed up kids. That's it. Oh, that's not very fun. I had one more. Oh, where'd it go? I lost it. Where does Christmas come before Easter?
Where?
The dictionary. Probably should be the encyclopedia. I don't know. But that's just me.
By the way, both dates are just completely made up.
Would February March? No, but April May.
I knew it was coming. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. There's no turning back.
No.
No turning back. No turning back.
No turning back.
That's it.
Was that all?
That was I got it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
That though the April May was the showstopper.
That was I'm still reeling from that one. Let me flip some audio here.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to go to bank number 2 here.
Oh.
For you folks that like to know the technical stuff here. It's a 3-bank sound.
What happens if we exceed the 3 bank?
That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got.
Can you get more bank?
We need a sponsor to buy more banks.
Can you bank that thing up?
We can. Beep, beep. It was predetermined that I would do so.
So you have to get a new board and everything if you have more than 3 banks?
Well, no, you can buy like an external little sound thing that I've been.
Oh.
I've actually looked at one. It's a little, just a little.
Now, if we do more than 3 bank, I mean,
I know, right?
Money in the bank.
That's right.
Bounce $1 on it, get 4 quarters back.
I really am just thinking about the conversation we had before we started the show and how great that would have been. But we have a conscience.
That's right.
And families.
That's right. We do. We do.
People that
we do
would ask us questions.
Yes, conscientious of others.
I did want to kind of move stuff around this week because
mixing it up a little.
We typically we talk about
the sports
stuff first.
We do.
But I'm going to move it around, and so we'll talk about the tournament at the end.
Oh my goodness. This is unrehearsed too.
It is.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so
I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, all right.
Because I did want to.
Docs are not traditionally very good with change, so you just switch it up on me on the fly. I don't know how we'll survive.
I'm not either. I don't really like change either.
But I knew this was going to happen.
Of course you did.
We knew it was predetermined that this would happen eventually.
Because I went to church.
We knew
they told me.
That's right. That's it.
And then the pastor says, "No, I didn't." Like this. That's not what. That's not how we operate. But it is how we operate. But no, it's not. But it is.
So what you got? So all right. So we're mixing it up. So we do the corny dad jokes for Easter.
So
April, May.
Yeah. So I wanted to start with some kind of sad, funny news. The Maury Povich show is ending. And after 31 years, almost like over 3,000 episodes.
He still married to Connie Chung.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
How about that?
And
how about that?
So I thought it'd be fun. So I'm a Howard Stern listener. Judge me, please.
Are you a Maury Povich listener?
No. So here's
you're not okay.
Yes, no. There is some funny stuff on Maury.
Oh.
And I appreciate the fact that he started out
He was like a serious journalist.
very serious journalist.
Yeah.
And now it's lie detector test and
Paternity test.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's like Jerry Springer, just a different vibe.
Yeah, and every female that's on the show who's 100% certain, even though she's been on the show 9 times, I'm certain this is the father. She runs backstage every time because that's what they do, and the guy dances, which is the funniest thing that I've ever seen. There's a guy dancing like, this kid's got no dad. I'm excited about that. It's like, what? And the crowd every time is always booing the dad when he comes out, no matter what. And then all of a sudden they like start cheering for the dad.
Every time.
It's the weirdest thing.
It's the same shtick.
And so I was listening to
coming to an end though after 31 years.
Yes, I was listening to Howard Stern.
I can't believe that's been on that.
And Stern was talking about this.
About Maury Povich?
Yeah, because they were having fun. They were having fun with
I was
his
like,
show.
Howard Stern is talking about Maury Povich.
And I mean, again, the guy 31 years. It's the longest running daytime talk show in the history of television. Think about it.
Oh. I mean, it's been on a long.
I mean, longer than Oprah.
time.
John Travolta. I mean, it's longer than Oprah. It's longer than
Wow. Wow.
who was some of that? Sally Jesse Raphael. You
Sally
remember that
Jesse
shit?
Raphael.
Good God, that was awful. So anyway,
Dr. Phil.
There's a couple things.
The doctors.
Can I? Yeah, I've been really watching Dr. Phil lately. I don't know. I can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't. He's retiring too. Well, actually, no, he's not retiring. He's stopping his show. He's doing it. He has a podcast. Do you know about this?
No.
Do you know what the name of it is? Take a stab at this.
Dave and Doc.
Yes. No. Take a stab at the name of the podcast.
Doc McStuffins.
Fill in the blanks.
Stop it.
Not kidding.
Stop it.
I will say that
This is not Phil shooting blanks.
sick.
We have a problem. He also has a shy bladder.
You got what we like to call in the medical profession a Vienna sausage. I'm telling you, folks, you missed the conversation. Oh, it's going to be one of those shows.
That was a term coined by Dave, the American Medical Association, the American College of Physicians, and the American Board of Internal Medicine, and Doc himself do not endorse these medical terms as they are not true jargon of the medical profession.
As you know, I am an old man now, so I can just say,
It's all right. That's right. That's it. Anyway.
So I was listening to Stern, and Stern they were laughing about Maury and some of the episodes that he had and stuff. And I know a lot of you folks out there are like, you listen to Howard Stern? Yes, he's funny. Give it a chance. Been a listener for years.
I can't believe Maury's been on longer than Howard Stern.
Well, no. Stern's been on longer than
It's just
Maury.
the
a daytime talk show.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was going to
television,
say, I was
yeah.
like, that make okay. I got sorry. Okay,
Dude's drawing in like millions of viewers too.
Maury,
Maury. Yeah. Oh,
I know.
yeah.
He's made a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
About $10 million a year.
Wow.
And so he's in his 80s now.
Good for him.
And
He doesn't look 80.
he really doesn't look 80. I thought he was like 60. I thought the guy was like a little bit older than me.
Wow.
But no, yeah, he's in his 80s. So I'd forgotten about one particular episode because Maury went through phases. Maury went through a phase where he was trying to be really serious, and then he went through a stage where he talked about phobias, which is where we'll circle back to.
Oh.
And then he got to the lie detector test, and you are not the father.
Really sensational.
The lie detector test determined that you were telling the truth.
You were telling the truth. It's like even though people can,
You're not
even though people can beat the lie detector test,
and
just
you're
so you
you're
know.
not having sex with horses. This show's all the shit. It's all done. So I thought I'd play a couple things for you that you haven't
ready.
heard.
Okay.
The first is
Okay.
the original promo for the Maury Show.
Oh,
The original promo.
Oh.
I did deep research, and by deep research I mean I Googled it and found it. But this is the original promo.
Thank you, Google.
So remember, this was in 1991 when you hear this.
Okay.
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 So there's.
Okay.
it's the hell, whatever. It's
Here
from
we go.
1991.
Here we go. We got it.
So here it is. This is the original promo for the Maury
I grew up in
Show.
the nation's capital. I was the middle kid. My dad was a sports writer, so I loved baseball. In fact, I was the bat boy for the Washington Senators when I was 9 years old.
Well, of course you
16, I
were.
was a journalist. At 23, I got married. Had 2 wonderful kids. Unfortunately, that ended in divorce later on. I've hosted talk shows. I've anchored newscasts. I got hired in Chicago. I got fired in L.A. Connie and I started dating. We put off marriage for years.
This is
In
funny.
1984, she calls me up, and all of a sudden she says, Maury, guess what? I said, what? She says, we can get married now. I said, we can? Why? She says, because I found a dress.
Beginning September 9th, Maury Povich will bring the experiences of a lifetime to 1 hour of television every weekday.
I'm as happy as I've ever been in my life.
Of course you
I'm
have.
52 years old. I'm in love, and I'm stepping up to the plate again.
The Maury Povich Show premieres September 9th.
There you go. So September 9th, 1991 was the first show. And again, serious journalism in the beginning, right? Serious
Super
journalism.
excited.
And so I had completely forgotten about this episode because someone had sent this to me years ago and said, Dave, I saw this and I thought about you.
I want to know the the tie-in for that.
So a little bit of backstory, and I don't know if we talked about this or not. You know this, and most people that actually know me know this. I don't like pickles.
Yes,
And when I say I don't like them,
it's a deep-seated hate.
it is deep. It is a deep hatred for pickles. I don't open pickle jars. I don't touch pickles. If I go to a sandwich shop and I say, please don't put a pickle on my plate, and they put a pickle on my plate, I do not eat that sandwich because there might be pickle juice on it. I don't like
And traditionally there will be.
Yeah, and so I've had to, particularly a sub shop up in Maryville. So you got to like say, hey, give that pickle to someone else. Give it another home because I understand people like pickles. I get that, and I'm okay with that.
You know who does really well with that? Sunrise Deli.
Yeah,
In Halls, because what they'll do, I mean, they'll give you pickle and pepper, but even if they do that, they wrap it up in foil.
yeah.
So that your pickle and your pepper do not saturate your sandwich, just in case.
They can-
But if you tell them not to give it to you, they will not give it to you. But
They
see,
can
I
pick-
love pickles and peppers.
They can pickle their own pepper. I don't want
That's it.
I don't need any.
Peter picked a peck of peppers.
He did with his
peck of
micro
pickle peppers,
with
Peter
his
Piper
micro
picked.
penis. So
Oh,
anyway,
the
so-
FCC won't let me be, or let me be me. So let me see.
So there's an episode of so like I said before, Maury went through some
I don't know where you're
transitions.
going with this.
And so like at a point in time he did shows about phobias.
Oh,
And this particular show was about a phobia that a young woman had that didn't like pickles. And
okay. All right, you tied it in. All right.
so I want to play
All
the
right.
clip from the show.
I don't know the name of the phobia when you have phobia of pickles. I will be honest with you. I will have to look that up because I do not know the actual name.
I could come up with some names.
There are some crazy
I could come up with some.
phobia of pickles. All right, I'm ready.
You
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready.
You ready for this?
This is going to be bad.
Yes, that is accurate. It will be bad.
Oh, it's just
Is it just
pickle phobia.
pickle phobia? No.
There's no way. Oh no! Wait.
No.
No, never mind. Anemophobia is a mental illness in which individuals have extreme fear of strong air and winds. That's not. I don't know why I typed in pickle phobia, and that's what came up. Okay, keep going. Anyway, that makes no sense.
So this young lady had a phobia of pickles, and this is a small little like minute and a half clip of the show that she was on. But I thought this would be fun. Again, listening to the Stern Show, and they were talking about some of the shows, and I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot about this. So here you go, pickle phobia on the Maury Povich Show.
Afraid of pickles. I mean, the whole world eats pickles, but it's ruining her life. She's teased in school, and she, of course,
ruining
in
her
school
life.
was called the pickle girl. You know, once you know, this is what the sight of a pickle does to Mariah.
My name is Ryan. I hate pickles. I hate everything about them. Pickles are destroying people make fun of me and feel ashamed and actually I'm afraid of them. When I think about pickles, I just want to throw up and run away.
Emetophobia is
I
with
hate
fear
them
of throwing
smell.
up.
Pickles
Yeah.
I do know that.
The shape the texture of it, the color,
Collar. Dave.
We wanted to see firsthand the extent of Mariah's.
How long had he been on the air when they did
we
this
sent her to the
episode?
Patterson
This was
Pickle
probably 20
Factory,
years in.
where she would come face to face with thousands upon thousands.
So hang on, they sent her to a effing pickle factory.
All right, so let's talk about the pathology of this because you have serious mental illness. And twofold, because number one, if you have a terrible pickle phobia, why is your dumb self going to the pickle factory?
She's running away from the pickle.
No. Did they tell? I mean, that's no. This
What
is
even
bull.
see-
That's some bull stuff.
Oh, I know.
man. Oh my goodness.
So that was the.
Dave. Is
Oh, I love it. It is so yeah. That
that
was,
what it does to you?
It does not do that to me, but
You know, if it had it been with it being April Fool's Day, I should have brought a pickle
you should have.
and had it hidden somewhere and just had it like jump out suddenly and see what would have happened.
I've had people buy the gigantic ones at like the gas stations.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, and like
That's like in the plastic that
yeah,
you oh yeah.
and like
dude.
leave them in my chair and stuff because they know I don't like pickles, and it's funny stuff. And then like my niece, one of my nieces, for Christmas one year wrapped up a pickle in a box, and they videoed me open it. And I'm like, good Lord. So I mean, like we've had some fun with it, but I do not like pickles. But
Not to that extent.
but what's
Not to the huddled up in the corner crying because
what an evil genius though, right? Like he's like, oh, so you've got a phobia of
Let's take you
pickles.
to the pickle factory.
Let's take you to the pickle factory.
oh Maury.
We're gonna assault you with a pickle.
And you made it another decade, Maury, after having the pickle episode too, which just shows you where America's head is at. That's
so.
with your pickle juice, woo.
I mean, here's a guy that's made almost $1 billion, right? And that's what he did. He did those kind of shows.
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice, and
Did he ever have an episode on WHAP? He probably did.
well,
Well, he talks about the paternity all the time, so I guess so.
I was gonna say there was some WAP going on.
Going downhill. Okay. Just saying.
The
Okay.
Easter episode.
I know we've gone.
Oh,
We've gone. Yeah, we went the wrong way.
so anyway, so Maury,
Maury,
31 years on the air.
He's like 80-something years old.
yeah, he's 84, and
He doesn't look 84.
No, he really doesn't.
Maury does not look 84.
Nor does Connie Chung.
No. I don't know how they've managed that. I guess when you make $1 billion, you get the fresh and so clean tune up.
Either that, or you're just stress free because you like go home every day and just laughing.
And
It's like
oh, you have to surely.
I scared the shit out of somebody with some pickles today.
he has to be laughing a ton.
I do have exclusive audio from the girl when she walked into the pickle factory. Here it is. This is exclusive audio. No one else has this. That was her when she walked into the pickle factory. But
And what I really wonder about myself is, for a brief moment, I wondered with the change in format of the show, how is it going to get worked in? Why did I doubt? I knew.
hey, listen.
I knew.
Hey, professional broadcaster over here. I just haven't been shut down by the FCC yet.
That's right.
That's all.
I know you want a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband heart problem complicating. So the FCC won't let me be or let me be me. So let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
It was Tipper Gore that pretty much led that charge, right?
I know.
Yeah.
But it
I know.
but it helped,
it
helped him with his rhyme.
No.
Plus, Bush was in office when that song actually
Right.
came out. But-
I'm just thinking about.
well, you know,
like,
Al invented the internet
he did. Yeah.
all by himself.
Cinderella did a song from their album Heartbreak Station called "Shelter Me,"
Oh, look at you.
and they talked about Tipper Gore in that song.
Oh,
Said Tipper led a war against the record industry. Yes, just so you know, Tom Kiefer and
Tipper also went through the big D, and we don't mean Dallas.
what?
It took a second. He got it.
She's probably looking for some big D at this point. Maybe she wants to marry
Episode 46 now ending.
maybe she wants to marry the guy who invented the wheel. The internet's not good enough. She wants to.
I mean, could be. We'll find him. Resurrect him.
She said she saw the devil on her MTV. That was the next line of the song. Tipper led the war against the record industry. She said she saw the devil on her MTV.
Cinderella.
Anyway.
Not to be confused with Spinderella.
No.
Because, Spinderella just cut it up one time.
She did, yeah. Spinderella. Spinderella.
Okay.
That was Maury and Pickles. And now I'm going to hit you with another one.
This is the random episode.
You're
You're really messing. My ADHD.
I know I am.
Is going wild right now.
This is more TV.
But I'm locked in.
And again, I was listening to Stern this week, and he was talking about this, and he was like, he just couldn't turn it off. And so I knew this show existed, but there's a show on something called 1,000-Pound Sisters. 1,000-Pound Sisters.
Yes.
And
I've never watched it. I know no premise of it.
And holy balls, they're not 1,000 pounds. They're like 1,500 pounds. I mean, these girls are large. Like, I mean, like to the point where you're like, how many episodes can this be? Because they're going to die.
Oh,
I mean, together. I mean, let's clarify. I don't mean that each of them were 1,000 pounds.
right. Combined
weight.
Combined weight.
It's like tag teams in the WWE.
Tag team back again. It's wreck it. Let's begin.
At a combined weight. Why did they do that in wrestling, by the way? Why did they always talk about the combined weight of the tag team? It didn't mean anything.
Just to mix it up.
At a combined weight of 600 pounds. What does that mean? Is one guy 200? Is one 4?
That's right.
I don't know. Anyway, so the 1,000-Pound Sisters, which are not doing any WWE because they are not athletic in the least, all you have to do is look at them.
You don't want a ring collapse either.
One of them, and I think her name's Tammy.
Stop.
I might be wrong.
Stop.
Her name's Tammy. Anyway, so there was an episode over the last couple of weeks where she got married. And she got married in the hospital because she's in a facility. And they had to wait for the bingo tournament to stop. I'm not joking. And so they had the ceremony in the
sorry,
hospital.
audience. This is what happens when we just joke around and we don't actually prep any for the.
This is sad. I actually prepped for this. This is bad.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me.
No, it's even better.
I had to wait on the bingo tournament.
Yeah, so the bingo tournament had to clear up, and then so they wheeled them in because they're in wheelchairs.
This is so bad.
And they both have trachs.
Oh,
they both have
this is
trachs.
getting worse.
They both have trachs.
Well, dude, they have no airway because it's being.
Of course. And so both of these folks who are super huge overweight are have a ceremony and get married, and they're in their
Dave.
They're in their wheelchairs, right? And they wheel the wheelchairs in. And they both have...
They wheel the wheelchair.
They wheel the wheelchair.
Opposed to flying them in.
Yes. They dropped them in from the ceiling. There's a great trap door and a very sturdy floor, apparently, that can withstand that weight. At a combined weight of 1,100 pounds, they got married. They announced it at the wedding. They said, at a combined weight, I now pronounce you. So...
Or they chanting, L-O-D, L-O-D.
From Chicago, Illinois.
This is so bad.
So they get married, and
if you tie this in with a pickle and Maury Povich, I will give you $5 right now. Anyway, so they get married. So
they get married, and so
welcome to the randomness episode.
First of all, I mean they both have trachs, right? So I mean, like they're like that's bad, right? It's going to be tough for the old married life because they're in a hospital and they got the trachs, and there was a conversation about how they might,
Dave,
consummate the
okay. Dave.
And there was no answers as to how that would actually happen. Because
I'm not.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, if you are so, and the medical question I had of this.
Oh, you have a medical?
I do.
Okay. Oh gosh. Excess calories.
How might one fornicate? No,
excess calories.
My question is, these are two people in a facility.
Yes.
Obviously way overweight.
Yes.
I mean,
Very
morbidly
bad,
obese.
Very bad. Is that
the term?
Super morbid obesity. Super.
So,
'Cause
yeah.
you can go beyond just morbid obesity and super morbidly obese.
Oh, good. I got something to shoot for.
Super.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Since I'm so tall, I can carry weight.
That's right. Right. You got some wiggle room.
So they both have trachs, right? So we're talking about their
excess calories
and so
bad genetics.
how, like, what is the life expectancy of someone like this? I mean, they got married in a facility because they're fat, right? They're like we said, they're super morbidly obese. And like, I mean, what's the life expectancy here?
You know, and again, I've heard about the show. I've never watched the show. You know, honestly, I feel very sad.
Dirty for talking about it?
No, I feel sad for these folks because, you know, that is a it is an obtained condition. It's not just something like, well, you were born.
You didn't inherit 500 pounds.
So we have an eating disorder contributing. And of course, some people, I mean, genetically have more of a predisposition to not gain weight.
Right.
You know, and things. So you have some bad genetic factors working against you.
Like everybody in my family except for me. By the way.
And so, you know, what I would say is, so I don't know how long they've been obese, but and I don't know how old they are right now, but they have already had a significant enough narrowing of their airway or respiratory failure or tracheomalacia, where the trachea actually basically is collapsing upon itself to where they have a trach in. So their respiratory status is terrible at baseline.
Yeah.
The amount of strain on their heart because of how the pump has to work to try to perfuse the different areas of the body. The propensity for infection and things, not just from if you stub your toe, get a scratch, whatever, because you can't really take care of it, or the potential for, I went really deep on this, didn't I? For you didn't think that's what I was
know, I love this.
For like hidden sores and things that they may not see. They got to be immune compromised because, I mean, you don't have a good immune system when you're not healthy. I mean, I'm amazed they're still alive, to be honest with you.
Thinking about hidden sores and maybe hidden chocolate bars that they don't know is there.
I'm not.
Oh shit! It's a Snickers bar.
I have a. I'm not going there. We're not. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it, devil. Devil's not getting the better of me because Easter's coming. That's it. No, it's not happening. But I could tell you some stories.
I bet you could.
Hidden food. Well, I told you the story the one time about the lady that was eating the Subway sandwich. Yeah. Anyway. I mean, if they both survive...
I did not have time, by the way, to go to Subway before my last visit.
Totally would have done it.
And it came to my mind. I'm like, I am bringing a sandwich.
I was expecting it. I actually was expecting it.
I just don't like Subway.
It's okay. Any sub sandwich would have been, you could go to Sunrise and get the no pickle.
Sunrise I would go to. Sunrise I would go to.
Sunrise is delicious.
Some of these other ones like Firehouse and all that, they all suck.
Sunrise is delicious.
Place in Maryville. Good God. I'm still getting charged for that sandwich.
So, I mean, if they were to survive the next 10 years, I that would be very...
Now, the one sister has lost some weight.
Okay, which is good.
But again, she's probably still 300 pounds.
Oh, so she's probably lost quite a bit of weight then.
She probably has, but I mean, you think about, the
strain on the cardiovascular system is such, there's just no way. If they were to, if particularly the one that has more of the greater proportion of the 1,000 pounds that they talk about, I mean, that one. No.
I mean, you think about, so I mean, like, and weight loss is just a math problem, right? I mean, it's just calorie intake. That's what it is, right? So it's like, you take basically a day out of your total normal calorie intake and you'll lose weight, right? And then the more calories you
Theoretically, now what some people don't do, they don't eat, and that actually works against you because then they eat all their calories at one meal, and their metabolism hasn't been working on it. So, I mean, yes, basically what you're saying is you have to put yourself in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. Right. That is correct, and you've got to do it in such, like I said, eating and exercise. Those are the tried and true best ways to do that. And then you won't end up with Ozempic face.
Yeah,
you know.
Or find a Snickers bar lodge somewhere,
or Cheeto, or gummy bear. I've seen both.
I did talk to someone once who was a home health nurse, and she was telling me about cockroaches.
Oh, stop
being in the rolls.
Stop.
She was like cleaning the person.
Stop.
And she said, she was like, she like jumped back and she goes, "Oh no!" And like the woman was like, "Yeah, that happens sometimes." And she's like, okay,
like it was just a normal,
right? Just like it was a normal thing.
Oh my!
But I mean, so these two get married,
I
joked about they had the conversation about how would they get physical, but I mean,
and did that really happen on the show?
Yeah, there was a conversation about how might we get physical, yeah, and at that weight, I mean, if you want to know how that would work, just go find Steel Panther and listen to their catalog. They'll tell you throughout the course of their musical journey how that might happen with a couple of songs that I can think of. But the number one, they're in a hospital. They're not physically
right.
They're not physically at a point. I mean, when you can't breathe, I feel like
you got a problem.
I feel like sexual intercourse is. You probably should just like worry. Yeah,
please consult your physician, and the answer is don't do it.
Yeah, right.
No.
Now, if somebody's in a coma, that's fine, perfectly fine.
Okay, Kill Bill.
Not an issue.
My name's Buck. See, this is so bad. This is so bad.
1,000-Pound Sisters, folks. So check it out.
Yeah, they're not far from this world because when you're weighing 700 pounds or whatever, it's the amount of strain on your I'm surprised that one of them hadn't had a heart attack to this point. They may have, and we just don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about them, but. To live another 10 years would be amazing, unless they really can have a massive amount of weight loss. It's just not going to happen. Your system's going to shut down.
Remember that guy Earthquake that was in the WWE?
Oh yeah, and Typhoon that was Tugboat first.
Tugboat,
and then he went bad against Hulk Hogan, and he became Typhoon. Earthquake sat on Hulk Hogan at the Brother Love show, and I cried. Because he was gone for forever. I said,
the reddest face.
It's just not the same without Hulk Hogan. Oh. And yeah, Earthquake
I'm a real American.
That's right.
I have sex with my
Rick Derringer,
friend's wife.
Rick Derringer. Yeah, he did get in trouble for that.
Mm-hmm.
Rick
did a video.
Rick Derringer.
Yeah.
How about that?
I didn't know that actually.
Boom.
Look at you. I know. It's I'm usually pretty good with the music trivia.
Rick Derringer.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
When he went to WCW, they had to change the music because the WWE said
they played Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix.
Well, they did when he turned bad, but originally they played some other kind of weird. It was just music. It wasn't a song.
Yeah. Well, because that was, I think the use of the music was actually copyrighted through WWE.
Yeah, I think so.
Or it was WWF then, but they couldn't actually take his theme song.
Yeah. So they did something that was like.
And then they went to Voodoo Child.
And then they did Voodoo Child Slight Return. That's the name of the. By the way, just so you know, that's the actual name of the song.
You couldn't be outdone.
Nope,
you couldn't be outdone. That's good.
Hendrix did Voodoo Child, and then it was Slight Return in.
Gotcha.
There you go. There's your music trivia.
Played the right-handed guitar upside down because he was left-handed.
Yeah. And also did a lot of LSD.
So did everybody else.
What a genius, though, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Not from doing LSD. Don't mistake that, kids at home. No. What a genius for taking LSD. I mean,
again, the thoughts of young Dave Mann are not part of the AMA, ACP, ABIM, or Doc himself.
This episode brought to you by narcotics. Take you some.
That's actually just a
that's hallucinogenic. Yeah, that's yeah. The FCC won't let me take PCP.
That's right.
So here's a bit of a rant.
So we're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
That was it. You were done with that.
Well, so the
I
1,000
love you,
here's
brother love.
1,000-pound sisters
Yeah.
probably have visited this
Did they marry-
establishment.
The gentleman they married.
No, just one of them got married.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm not sure if the other one's married or not.
Were they similar in physical characteristics?
They were both in wheelchairs because they can't walk anymore.
Gotcha.
They both have trachs.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
At a combined weight of probably another 1,000 pounds. Yeah. And she's the love of my life. I'm sorry. I'm just.
I'm sure the trach was capped. I mean, cause,
it was capped.
Okay,
It was capped.
Okay.
It
I feel better. Because I was like, because now you're just asking for a lung. And anyway. Oh my gosh.
Like Ned. You know, Ned on.
I'm just keep making this noise. It's
South
got
Park.
all kinds of bad. Stop. Rant. We're going for the rant. We're going for the rant. No more talk about the pant.
So 1,000-pound sisters probably have been to this establishment before.
Oh.
But we'll talk about Wendy's. And
Oh man, now hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up now. I love me some Wendy's.
so I have a love-hate relationship with Wendy's.
Oh no.
I did boycott them at one point in time. I boycotted Wendy's.
Even the Frosty? The Frosty is delicious.
I boycotted Wendy's altogether for a long time. Oh my God. That's a long story and not what this is about. But so we were
Okay,
we had the middle school meeting the other night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is our
Put the foosball behind everybody's back.
our middle son is going to the middle school.
Oh, go. Oh, no,
Next year.
this is actually. Oh, okay. Got it.
And
Okay.
so we had the meeting there, and good God, this is nothing against the community or anything, but that was the most useless crap.
Oh.
We walked around the school, and they're like, "Hey, this will be better when they actually have their schedules and know where they're going." It's like, well, then why don't we have it then? What is this about?
Just to get your feet wet, just to expose to the building, to see the new building, not-
like-
or the old building, but see a new establishment for young Landon.
And he's already been like
Oh.
his elementary school took him. Like, the whole thing. Like as we're walking around, I'm like, where are we going? And like nobody knew. But anyway, so
That's okay.
So before that, Lindsay was like, "Hey, I don't really have time to cook anything. You want me to just go grab some fast food, right? Because like we hadn't eaten or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." So she goes to Wendy's, which is Landon's favorite place, and she gets me.
I knew I liked him.
And she gets me the son of a Baconator.
Yes, son of Baconator. Yes,
Yes.
I've eaten son of Baconator.
Son of a Baconator.
Son of a Baconator.
It's
just-
S.O.B..
No, it's just son of.
It's not son of a, is it not? No.
It's just son of Baconator.
God,
Because somebody would have really probably had a field day with that.
of course.
I'll have that SOB to eat.
Right? I mean, why wouldn't you call it that? God, that infuriates me even more.
So there's Baconator and son of Baconator.
Right. So
Yes.
so Lindsay gets
Which
me
still has a ton of bacon. It's too much. I usually get the spicy chicken sandwich.
me too. That's usually the go-to for me.
Or I'll get the I'll get 2 junior bacon cheeseburger with no tomato.
Spicy nuggets too. I've got
And I'll get an order of spicy nuggets and then a Frosty.
my Lord, man. I eat like one cheeseburger and I'm done.
Well, I can't do this much anymore, but sometimes I get stressed out and like if we don't have lunch in the office, April knows. She's like, I'll just go to Wendy's. I understand. Yes.
So
Yes. And I pay cash. So that way it doesn't show up on the card.
exactly.
You know.
no
Because
evidence.
she'll be denying. Oh no, she totally knows. She totally knows. No. No. If I come home and I'm not super hungry, she's like, yeah.
Well, it's not like you're at Trent level yet.
Had a big lunch, didn't you? But I can't eat like that. The older I get, the harder it is to eat like that. Now, when I was like 20-some, oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
It was, but it's harder to do that. But yeah, those spicy nuggets are good too. Anyway, so you got
Spicy nuggets are good.
So you got the son of bacon. You should have got the nuggets.
Well, so
You should
again-
have got the spicy chicken.
Again, I'm trying to.
See-
and we'll
see.
talk about this in a bit.
You messed up.
But I'm going back to the gym now, and like and I always watch my
so we
calories.
kicked it off with the son of Baconator.
Right. So, but again, I don't think I'd eaten anything that day. No, I ate a sandwich earlier that day. So again,
in Maryville?
No. This
okay.
this was a homemade sandwich.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I did,
No pickles.
So I do try to stay around 1,300 calories a day.
Which
When I say I try to stay, here we go, folks. This is the lectures that I get. I know we've talked about this. It doesn't happen. It's usually around 1,500 a day,
which is still for you is probably not enough.
It's probably not enough, but that's.
But you do take a bunch of vitamins and stuff. So,
I do.
So
I'm completely healthy.
Trying to supplement
as I eat my son of
minus the LSD and the son of Baconator.
Right. And this episode brought to you by
Monster,
not caffeine, but
but you know, but the Mio stuff has more caffeine than that if you put a couple squeezes in.
Oh,
so
of course,
so it's okay. It's okay. We're okay.
And you told me I had to stop doing that.
We're okay. Yes.
Yes, because my Billy Rubin.
It's okay.
Went nuts.
Okay. We were doing some weird stuff. Yeah.
I was peeing purple.
That's it. That's it. It would be more like orangey.
Doc, my urine is purple.
Yes.
And it talks to me. So the and it talks back to me. So anyway, so I get a son of Baconator. And I've had these before, right? Generally, you said that it's spicy chicken sandwich, and I'm glad you said that because that's normally what I get. That's normally what I get.
I love it.
It's great. So Lindsay
deviated.
So I told Lindsay, I'm like, I like to just have a burger, right?
Yeah.
And like generally she'll stop at like Burger King and she'll get me like a double cheeseburger or whatever.
Right.
Again, it's all plain, folks.
Right.
Just cheese and bacon.
Right.
That's all
No
I do.
veggies.
So I get
veggies.
the son of Baconator.
Yeah.
And like I unwrap it and it smells good and everything. And I'm watching TV and I'm like, I take a bite. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, it's good. But I start looking at it. Do you remember? This is not that long ago. I'm talking because Wendy's does the square patties.
They do the square, but that's always been one of their things. Yes.
This thing, I'm not kidding you, folks. If you're watching this video, the square was this big. It was the smallest square. It wasn't the length. It wasn't the width or circumference of the bun. Way less.
And all the there's a couple of patties on there, aren't there? That were the
2 patties.
Were they both that size?
Yeah.
Oh, they've really
reduced the. Yeah.
I was gonna say they're really sticking it.
And
to
I'm like, Wendy's. Listen, I boycotted you at one point in time,
and
you're
now
really pushing the limit.
And now you've shrunk the patty.
Now
down.
you've shrunk your patties. Don't shrink your meat.
Shrinkage is bad.
That's it's predestined that this would happen to me, that I would have another
micro meat. You cannot encourage.
Which one of the 1,000-pound sisters will never know because
hey-o.
She can't
stop.
She can't see past her chin.
Stop. Stop.
So Wendy's like just totally screwed this up. Totally. And it's like this was one of the few things that I eat at Wendy's.
I mean, portion stuff has gone down because obviously they're trying to save their overhead while they've inflated their prices to insane levels.
Yes.
Outrageous and insane got together and they said it's outsane. That's it.
It's outsane.
But the sad part is everybody thinks I would make like $20 working at Wendy's now.
Oh,
and so that's played a huge part, the labor piece of that. Anyway, but I mean that's bad when the son of Baconator is more like, prepubescent son of Baconator. It's like, well, that meat hadn't dropped yet, so we're just
it'll grow, son. I promise.
It's like a fig Newton. I mean, eating a fig Newton. That's it. That's
this son of Baconator had a shop bladder. That's where I'm at. That's it. Had a shop bladder.
Had they skimmed on the bacon too? Or was the bacon?
Yeah. So the
whole sandwich.
So the bacon was only the same dimensions of the meat, right? So you've got
they skimped on the bacon. They skimped on the bacon.
So it's probably 2 total strips of bacon there.
So it was predominantly bread, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
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 That's nice.
And I mean,
so you were fired up.
I'm watching my figure.
That's
Like I don't want to just eat bread.
Well, maybe they knew that. Maybe that's why they said, "Hey, we know that Dave is watching his figure, so we have made these patties smaller and skimp on the bacon."
It just makes me want to go through the drive-thru and order one of these and say, "Hey, can you guys give me the real meat this time?"
Right.
Hey, is the manager around? Do you guys have real meat?
Yeah. Where'd it go?
Because
where's the beef?
Where's
the beef?
The beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's it at?
Where is the beef? It's not on the sandwich apparently anymore.
No, it's not.
Man, that'd be really disappointing. I don't know that I've been to Wendy's recently, so that's actually really a bummer. If that is the case. So so basically they cut the burger in half.
Maybe it was a substandard cow they had that day. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. It was substandard cow.
I mean, maybe.
Cows should be embarrassed.
Shy
Be
cow,
ashamed of
shy cow,
yourself.
shy cow,
He's got
shy
shy-
udder. I got the shy udder. So bad.
I wonder if two cows can get married. Oh, wait, I saw that. So, as there is no transition from this,
Oh no.
stop me if there's something
so
you
are
want to
you-
talk about this week, by the way, because I'm just going on and on.
So are you back on boycotting Wendy's because of the little beef?
I'm close. I haven't decided yet.
Did you get fries too? Have they skimped on the fries now too?
Well, there's too many calories in fries.
Okay, so you just did the burger.
I just did one burger.
wow.
Because
And then you were really upset.
I tried to
'cause you were
stay
like,
at the
you know,
1,300 calories. So, yeah.
dun 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 dun.
So
Dun, dun, dun,
that's coming.
dun, dun.
That's coming. So I did want to. So we were talking before the show about Ken Tamplin.
Yep.
And he's got Ken Tamplin's Music Academy or something. Anyway, he's got a channel on YouTube and a business where he teaches people to sing, and he's actually Sammy Hagar's cousin. And I'm trying to get Ken on the show.
He can't drive 55 either.
He can't because I mean the guy can actually. It's pretty amazing like how he like teaches people how to sing.
Does he drink Moss tequila?
No, not more, just a little bit.
Cabo Wabo?
And Ken's been like Grammy nominated and Dove. He's got some Dove awards or something. I
Now,
think
you
he's
know,
actually,
the last time we tried to have someone of significant fame, and that would be the legendary Ric
That's true.
Flair, and they were like, "Oh yes, you can have Rick on your show for a non-refundable fee of $100,000."
the problem is when you deal with people's management. With Ken, I'm pretty sure I emailed him directly. But anyway, I don't know if he'd be on the show or not. But Ken seems like a good
Come on,
dude.
Ken.
But I'm such a Sammy Hagar fan.
Maybe they could both be on the show.
Oh my God, I'd love to have Sammy. But so
That might cost us $100,000,
so here's what something
which
was.
we don't have.
So there was an interview with Sammy Hagar recently, and Sammy was he's in his own band now. He's got a couple of bands now that he fronts,
Oh.
and of course he fronted Van Halen,
Did
and then he was the lead singer of Montrose as well.
look at that.
And so
Look at that.
and before that, he and his brother-in-law, I think, sold sprinkler systems.
Oh,
And he made millions of dollars on that, as a matter of fact. But it was when sprinkler systems were just becoming a thing in buildings.
so he's a brilliant businessman.
He really is. Like, I mean, if you listen to Sammy's life story, and like he was an amateur boxer. Anyway, there's all kinds of Sammy Hagar shit.
Sammy's had a crazy life then.
He really has, and he's like super. Like he was never really into the drug scene or whatever. Like, and Sammy's like very articulate now, and like Anyway.
Good job, Sammy.
Sammy's in his 70s now. I don't know, and he can actually still sing, unlike the other guy that was in Van Halen.
That's me.
So David Lee Roth just cannot sing. I mean, the guy just can't.
Truth.
I mean, just because you can squeak,
Yeah. That was, yeah.
he was a good front man.
Well, and that was why he was in that position.
And again, here's the thing: everybody says that I hate Van Halen with David Lee Roth. I absolutely do not. The album 1984, I love the album 1984. I absolutely love that album. Diver Down was a great album.
Of course, they also got rid of him because he was such a pain in the rump.
He was,
And then even that brief reconciliation, he was still being.
Oh God, he was. He's always on.
Yeah.
Like he's never just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Great front man, and I loved I loved the two iterations of Van Halen. The third iteration with Gary Cherone
From Extreme.
Gary just. The good thing with Gary is Gary could sing all of Sammy's stuff too. David Lee Roth can't sing Sammy's stuff. So
Correct.
if you were to go see Van Halen before, now there is no Van Halen.
Right.
You and with David Lee Roth, you would only like at the end of the 1984 album. That's it.
Right.
So you wouldn't get any of the other.
No pound cake.
No Pound Cake,
No
Judgment
Right Now.
Day,
Yeah.
Right Now, When It's
Dreams.
Love, 5150, Dreams. Finish What You Started.
A lot of
Don't
stuff.
Tell Me What Love Can Do. Voodoo Child, Slight Return. Just kidding. So there was an interesting interview with Sammy Hagar, and the guy interviewing Sammy Hagar said, "Hey, are there other bands that have reached out to you to be their lead
try to be
singer?"
a part of.
And holy balls, this blew me away. Some of these bands.
I haven't heard of that group.
Yeah, it was an offshoot from the band Accept after they wrote the song "Balls to the Wall." That wasn't even really funny. That was I'm just showing
April
off.
Fool's
I'm just
Day.
showing off music stuff now. But so I was really interested to know these bands that Sammy Hagar said he was actually asked to join, and that doesn't mean as a permanent addition, but maybe just for like an album or a tour or whatever.
Sure.
One of them makes total sense to me, and it was Motley Crue. Because I mean, of course,
Big Mac 103. Sammy was like, "I'm not going to commit career suicide, so I don't believe I'm going to. I don't believe I'm going to join that."
you know, John Corabi was the lead singer of Motley Crue for about 2.5 years.
How about that?
And did a great job. I actually saw him in concert with John. And I'm like, dude can sing. He was the lead singer of Rat. I mean, the guy can actually sing.
Where was Vince when that was going on?
He was invited, but his friend couldn't come. No, they had kicked. they had kicked.
Oh, you're invited, but your friend can't. Hey, how about Brendan Fraser? Since we're ADHDing it up, winning the Oscar.
I know.
That's
right?
pretty cool. I mean, people had always said he actually was really talented, but he just really did some not so great roles.
Encino Man.
Right, and basically it's like he got,
Right.
Yeah, and some of the original Mummy was cool, like the other Mummy stuff was kind of and yeah, so good for him.
What was the
Good for
movie?
him because he really talented, but got into some kind of got typecast.
What was the movie with Elizabeth Hurley where she's the devil and he
Isn't it Bedeviled?
bedazzled?
Bedazzled?
Bedazzled.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bedazzled.
I actually really like that movie, and Lindsay
Of
says
course
that's
you
the
do,
dumbest
because
movie I've ever
Liz
seen.
Hurley's in it. That's why you
But no,
like
I
it.
just really like that movie. Well, I mean, I did like Liz Hurley because it. By the way, still gorgeous. By the way, still gorgeous, and she's 103 years old. I don't know how old she is. I don't know how old she is.
She's in her 50s.
So, she's older than that.
She's in her 50s. I promise.
You should. I'm the one that's obsessed with.
No.
This commentary brought to you by Doc.
No. Because I can remember back, way back, the Austin Power movies, and she's like 30 whatever, and I'm 20 whatever. I'm like, okay, so there you go. So yeah, she's in her 50s.
Okay.
You're looking it up right now.
I am because
Watch her be like 60, and I'm like totally off.
I have no idea. I just assumed she was in her 60s. No, wrong person.
That would not be her.
No,
Did you look up Elizabeth Berkley?
no, Holmes.
Elizabeth Holmes? What?
She's 57. Look at you.
See,
good
she's
job.
not quite there. She's older than I thought. I was thinking 54 for some
And
reason.
she's still absolutely gorgeous.
There you go. Well,
I mean, just
hey,
absolutely gorgeous.
There you go.
Like me, we age.
It's like fine wine. It's like fine wine. That's it. So anyway.
So Motley Crue,
Yeah.
Pantera.
I
Can
would-
you see that?
No, not a bit.
And again, Sammy, I've never known Sammy to just lie about stuff. Like he's been over, sometimes to his own detriment. He's so honest.
Not a bit. Pantera. Pantera. No, I didn't see that
Stone
one.
Temple Pilots.
I could see that.
When Scott Weiland went on his own and then went out of his mind and now he's no longer with us.
Right. I could see that.
I could see that.
I could see that one. I could see that one. And that would not have killed his career.
I don't think so, but they're a little grungier than like what his voice is, though. Like, but again,
he could have, but
Sammy can sing.
It could have happened. Yeah.
This last one's going to blow you away, and this is why I wanted to bring
Kid
it up.
and play.
Yes, they wanted him to be
Crisscross. I'll make you jump. A cobble wobble make you jump.
Played. Yes, it will. Eating the worm will make you jump. We should make a list of like what would have been career suicide for Sammy Hagar.
That would be pretty fun.
right.
Motley Crue, definitely.
Nelson.
Nelson. Oh my goodness.
Actually, I don't know. They did a lot of acoustic stuff. He'd probably been great with that.
Queensryche.
Queensryche. Oh, I used to love Queensryche.
Yeah, but not with Sammy Hagar.
No.
That would have. Silent lucidity.
I always assumed that AC/DC had reached out to him at one point.
That could happen. That would have been cool.
But it didn't, and then Axl Rose ended up there, and everybody said, this is awful, and Brian Johnson came back.
Yeah. That was...
The only way out of that band is death, just so you know. That's terrible. But that's awful.
Angus.
So take a stab at a band that you think would have asked Sammy. This is the biggest one. I left this last on the list. That would have asked Sammy.
Def Leppard.
No, that's blasphemy. No, it's Joe Elliott.
It's kind of why I said it.
I know.
How about the drummer getting beat up?
Yeah.
What a bunch of crap.
And still doing his show.
Oh my goodness. That's so messed up. Anyway, people are mean. Journey.
No, but that's a good guess. That's a good guess.
It's Dave Matthews Band.
Yes. Yes, they were going to keep the name.
I have no idea.
So, but no, when you said Journey,
Journey's pretty good, right?
No,
that's actually
that is
me trying. That's actually me trying.
That is a good guess because this band I rank up there with one of those huge bands like Journey.
Oh.
Huge band. Oh. It's been around for longer than Elizabeth Hurley's been alive.
Leonard Skinner.
No. Hell, they can't decide. There's so many of those
Play Freebird. We won't even need anybody to sing.
There's so many of those Van Sant brothers. Rodney, Donnie, Johnny, Lonnie, Freddie. Aerosmith.
Really?
They kicked Steven Tyler out for a while.
Well, because he lost his mind again.
And so
kidding.
This was years ago, and they reached out to Sammy Hagar and one not just to tour, but to write an album, and like Sammy was going to be their new lead singer.
Wow.
Sammy turned it down because he was like, Steven Tyler is Aerosmith.
Sure.
Like that's
see again, seeing you have to like that because he also understands.
Yeah.
There's a respect thing there.
Yeah.
Because that would have worked well for him.
Oh, it would have been. Can you imagine?
And it would have worked really well for them. That's why they were pursuing.
I would have been in the flipping audience watching
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Wow.
Wow.
But I mean, Steven Tyler has such a distinct voice in my mind. Like that's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and just the personality of it too. Like you see him, anyway, dancing around.
Yeah. I don't
Sweat Hog Mama with a face like a gent. Said my get up and go must have got up and went. I got good news. She's a real good liar.
I was listening to Come Together the other day, which was originally a Beatles song. But when I was doing radio, there's a part of that song where they say spinal cracker. Mm-hmm. And there was a chiropractic office when I was doing radio that said, "Hey, we want to do a live read," which is something that they still do, right? So you do live reads, and while you're talking, it's like
spinal cracker.
Sunny at 75 overnight tonight, 100% chance of darkness. This forecast brought to you by
Farm Bureau Insurance, Bo Blanken.
But so this chiropractic place wanted for us to do a live read, and so they approached me with it. They're like, "Hey, we don't even want to write a script. We just want you to talk about them, right? Just riff it." And I'm like, "Okay, sure, right. I'll do that." It's during the morning show, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. I'll throw them in a couple times. That's not a problem." They said, "But they want you to play the Beatles Come Together with the spinal cracker thing playing. They want to make sure that gets."
On the advertisement,
like behind while you're talking. And I said, that, my friends, is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I will 100% not do that. I will 100% not do that. I realize I'm an employee here, but y'all are making money on me, and I ain't doing it because that is stupid.
Spinal cracker.
Jim's Chiropractic.
Was it really Jim's?
I don't know. I don't remember. I do think it was John's, actually. I think it was John something Chiropractic.
That's terrible.
I don't know. It's probably still in business.
Spinal cracker.
I met the guy. Great guy, but I like
pop your back. Doom, doom, doom.
I told our ad person. I said, yeah, I'm not doing that. And she's like, well, it won't be a big deal. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, and it is a big deal. And no. Like, I tried to be polite the first time and say, no, I'm not doing that. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, if you make me do this, it's going to not work out for them because I am going to say something very bad. Like Hey, John's chiropractic. Hang on, let this part of a song play because you don't know what chiropractic offices do. Hang on. Spinal cracker. Yep. Wanted to make sure that got played in the background. So go visit him.
Because they asked for it.
Because he asked for it. And now
John's chiropractic.
And now I can't play that song the rest of the morning, or we can't play that song the rest of the day because then we've repeated that song. And I'm sorry to abuse a great song like that, but please
crack your back, and we offer supplements that are whack.
While you are in distress about this, go see John, and he'll pop and crack you back into whatever.
And you said no.
And I said
that's
no.
it.
Yeah. So Sammy, Hagar, Aerosmith, and Sammy said he turned the ball down. All the people on that list: Motley Crue, Pantera, Stone Temple Pilots, and Aerosmith,
which was very intelligent.
Yeah.
Other than maybe the Aerosmith, but that was also out of respect for Steven Tyler.
Yeah, and I mean, it's that's a hard band. I mean, even seeing Journey now, and I've seen Journey. You have too.
We did
with Arnell
Pinot. Yes. Who even says he sings The Legacy? I mean, that's what he says.
He does, yeah. And I mean, and again,
which he's been with them though for like 20 years. So I mean, he has been with them
has longer than Steve Perry was officially with.
Steve Perry was only with them 7 or 8 years or something like that. Yeah,
they just did some great music.
Right. Well, that was their most. I guess that was their most successful time.
Any way you want it.
That's the way you need it. I know it's like an upbeat song about consummation.
Right.
That's it.
That's right.
Have you ever seen the original music video of that? Steve Perry's face when he's singing that song.
Oh yeah,
that is hilarious.
Do you think they people hold on to each other's trach while they're just
died by asphyxiation?
God, it enhances the.
Oh, stop! Stop! Oh my gosh!
Oh
my God!
So while we're in randomness here, we're getting there. We're getting there. This was interesting. Staying on the music thing, that U2, I like U2.
They move in mysterious ways.
The Joshua Tree is my favorite album.
Yes.
The rest of the stuff they've done, sure.
Even better than The Real Thing.
The Joshua
In the Name
Tree
of Love. What
yeah.
more in the name of love? I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
With or without you.
Mm-hmm.
With or without you.
Mm-hmm.
Micro penis. No, wait, that wasn't
one
them.
Love, but we're not the same. Octung Baby was pretty good.
It was.
And then they did the Zooropa tour or whatever it was.
The TVs
and that was that was pretty cutting edge stuff.
It was.
And he had the fly sunglasses.
I don't like how cool he thinks he is, Bono. That's what bothers me. He falls into the whole everybody thinks you're cool, so you're cool.
Yeah. Of course he has. I mean, he actually has done a lot of humanitarian.
He really has. Really. I'm probably a horrible human being.
No, but I get it. But I mean, talk about somebody that actually did more than just sing.
100%. I
mean, that's
But they have they're an exclusive company now. The fourth group in the history of the United States to do something. Only the fourth.
What?
That is to chart a top 10 album in the Billboard 200 in each of the past 5 decades.
Oh wow!
And they've done it. The other bands are AC/DC,
Def Leppard,
Metallica, and of course, one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time, the boys from Sheffield, Def Leppard.
I knew Def Leppard had to be on.
Yeah, and I mean, but like Metallica, AC/DC.
How about AC/DC getting in there?
Those guys just don't quit.
How about that? No Rolling Stones, huh?
No Rolling Stones.
How about that?
She blew my mind. Honky tonk women. God, sorry. But yeah, I was actually a little surprised about the Rolling Stones. There's other bands too that I was a little surprised about too. But yeah, they are the.
Of course, I guess maybe some hiatus there too, where maybe they didn't. I mean, maybe for a decade they didn't release an album or something. I don't know.
I guess, but yeah,
Keith Richards was AMA.
Keith, what do you think about that? Oh, thanks, Keith. Just go play guitar. He's been dead for years, and we're all afraid to tell him.
Right.
But yeah, a little tidbit there.
How about that?
Yeah.
So of course, Def Leppard, Metallica, AC/DC, and U2
And Metallica, I don't think gets the appreciation that they deserve
for the staying
sometimes.
power.
Because
The
because
90s were like their prime time.
it was, and then and Metallica, they're more of a really heavy metal-esque
Yes.
kind of band,
and have
and so I think a lot of people don't give them the respect that I think they've always. People just like AC/DC is just beloved, right?
Right.
Because it's like, oh, it's AC/DC, it's awesome, and then Def Leppard, people love Def Leppard and U2. We talked about, but with Metallica, I think it's like people are like, no, that's just that music that I don't like, and I was like, you don't realize how much I like, And again, there was the whole Napster thing, and that was just bad for them,
right. Yeah, that really backfired on them.
It really did. But yeah. So Metallica, AC/DC, Def Leppard, and U2. A top 10 album in at least 5 decades.
5 decades.
Isn't that amazing, though?
That's crazy.
People just don't die.
No,
It's because they don't have trachs.
apparently, or being 1,000 pounds combined.
That's right. I did start back at the gym.
Hey, getting healthy.
I did, and
Work
so
it.
I went 3 times.
Come on, Dave, lift those weights. Work it.
3 times this week.
Yep, get sore.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it's like, it's like, why am I so sore? Oh, it's right. My muscles are ripped.
That's right. That's right.
And like I'm doing a lot less weight than I was when I was actively going weight more.
I
got to get back up to that.
You got to get back into it.
The cardio's been actually really good though. Like I've been doing a lot of cardio.
Good. Good.
But I do have
That's at this phase of the game. That's what we need more of anyway.
It is, yeah.
honestly. So that's good. That's good. You're doing that.
I'm trying not to be on the show 1,000-pound dude.
Right.
So
You want to be able to eat the real son of Baconator and not blow up like a house. I get you.
But I did have a quick funny story, and then we will talk college
At the
basketball.
gym. At the gym.
Yeah. at the
Oh
gym.
boy.
Yeah. So I'm on the treadmill, and we go to National Fitness, and so they got this wall of TVs, right?
Yeah.
And so it's pretty cool because they have like Friends playing. There's ESPN, and there's like different stuff. The Kelly Clarkson show is on.
Oh.
You can watch that.
Oh.
And actually, I love Kelly Clarkson, so
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
oh, Kelly Clarkson. And like I don't really watch her show, but I just like Kelly Clarkson. But anyway, I'm usually listening to a book or I'm listening to music.
I
and
got
then I'm doing. I kind of walk run on the treadmill. I don't run the whole time because my ankles just won't do that anymore because
Honestly, the walking's safer for the body parts anyway.
it is. And I mean, I don't. Some things I don't want to jiggle while I'm running.
Jiggle it.
Because
Wiggle it.
they hang so low, my arms. And then so anyway, so I'm there and I'm running on the treadmill, right? Mm-hmm. And there's only one other guy there. The place that I work, they're really great about like letting people go like to the gym and stuff. So
Right.
like my boss
Right.
it's like he kind of takes over for me, and like I can go like in the kind of like at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a good time. And so I'm running on the treadmill, and there's a guy like 2 treadmills down from me, and so Hottie McHotterson's walking around, right? And listen, this girl, she's there every time that I've been there, and I've never seen her actually like doing anything.
She's just walking around.
She's just walking around. And again, if I looked like that, I probably would too. And so a guy is like staring at her, right? Like as she's walking, they're like passing each other, like 2 strangers in the night. And he walks
waiting.
like at full brisk into an exercise bike, like walks right into it. And like, oh my Lord, that is, it's like awful. Yeah. So, yeah, I hear Nugget in the background there.
No, I can hear him too.
Yeah.
He's having a good time.
He is. He's not happy. But yeah, so the guy walks right into an exercise
Nice.
bike.
That's like
Yeah.
something out of a movie.
It is, and I'm like, and so the guy looks, and this is only for you folks that are watching the podcast. But the guy just like two or three down from me looks over at me and goes, so yeah, and I'm like,
Wisco Tangy Foxtrot.
right,
Tango Foxtrot.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So yeah, so that yeah, so that
Strangers in the night.
strangers in the night.
Exchanging glances, falling over the exercise bike. And on that note, folks, hello, friends. and welcome to the
Jim
Final
Nance's
Four.
last Final Four.
I know, which is really messed up. It's not going to be the same. It's not
And
going
he's
to be
turning
the
it
same.
over to that Iron
Eagle.
Like what?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Why not Kevin
don't
Harlan?
know.
Kevin Harlan's way better.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, like what?
Iron Eagle.
CBS is
It's not going to be the same.
No.
Jim, what are you thinking? Maybe he'll yeah, he's going to give it up. Of course, Jim Nance is like 76 years old or something crazy.
And he's got like a 3-year-old
He does.
and a hot wife.
I mean, sometimes you're just strung like bull. I mean, that's it.
Right.
I mean, Jerry Lee Lewis was the original, had a kid at 72, so there you go.
True.
I got 2 words for you, though, from the women's Final Four. Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
If you don't know who Caitlin Clark is, you should look that up. They stopped South Carolina's predestined run for the national championship, so it just shows you.
South Carolina was what?
36 and 0. They had not
36-0.
lost in 389 days, and Caitlin Clark put 41 points, and her team came together and beat them.
And they were-
I stayed up watching it, which is something I never do. So that's why I needed the monster this morning.
And they were like, South Carolina was like shooting 3-pointers from like way far back. Like their average was like 25 feet from the rim or something. I
Yeah,
saw
it was
all
crazy.
these crazy
It was crazy.
statistics. But yeah, they are no more.
Oh, Caitlin Clark.
And there's only 4 in the men's tournament, and that will happen tonight. The one team I predicted to be there, UConn, and the rest, who the hell knew? How did Miami get there?
How about that? I told you last week. I said I
know.
don't know that I feel great about my pick. Texas had them, and they didn't put them away.
Texas
and
had
that
them
was
by like 21 points.
I don't know. Was it that much?
Yeah.
They were up by a lot.
I think it got to 21.
And yeah, and that was it.
I was ready to turn the game off.
I know.
And then all of a sudden, Miami's like,
Miami made the run. I still think UConn's going to get them.
I think so too.
I think they're going to get them.
Do you still believe in San Diego State?
I still
Because
believe in San
I do.
Diego State.
I want San Diego State to win this thing.
I
And
think
we won't talk again until after the championship,
Right.
regardless. So we got to make our
right,
picks.
right.
now.
So San Diego State going to end Cinderella's run. I love FAU. I'm Dusty May. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
It's just one of those classic tournament stories. John L. Davis. They just believe. I mean, it's a bunch of guys playing together to win, but their run comes to an end with the Aztecs.
You think so?
Yes, I'm calling it right now. San Diego State going to D up on them. They're going to be. They will not have the huge scoring drought. They may have a scoring drought, but not like UT. And San Diego State plays just every bit as physical, and they will not have those long scoring droughts, and that's why they're going to beat them.
I think that's the key to San Diego State winning this whole thing is how physical they play.
Yeah, like I said,
I really do.
Very physical. And they have to this point. I mean, I guess anything can happen, but they do not have. They still will always have somebody that can score.
So you think San Diego State beating FAU?
San Diego State going to beat FAU.
UConn, Miami.
And then UConn's going to end
think so,
Miami's
too.
run. I really don't want Miami to win.
Well, I don't either.
I just cannot. I
Jackasses.
cannot cheer for the U
Go
in
Noles.
anything. I just
Go
can't.
Noles.
Yeah. So I think UConn, San Diego State. I think everybody's going to be like UConn, and then San Diego State pulls off the upset.
and I bet it's a low scoring game.
That would actually favor San Diego State.
It would,
for sure.
but I mean, I
For
think
sure.
that's the only way that they're going to win that because if they just
yeah.
if it's just a shootout, then UConn's going to run away with this thing.
Yeah. Well, they're so physical and they can slow the game down. So I just, now, I mean, UConn looking really good.
Yeah.
Looking
really,
really good.
Who made that pick? We talked about
Billis.
this. Yeah, Billis made that
Billis
pick. And
felt
like
like
when I
UConn.
watched them, I'm like, oh God, these guys are awesome.
Yep.
Like they look pretty unstoppable.
Yeah. But so did South Carolina in the women's bracket, and look what happened.
It's true.
But I think they'll win tonight. I don't think Miami's gonna stop them. But I do think their quasi off game comes against San Diego State. San Diego State D's up on them, plays them really physical, and I think San Diego State gets the victory.
I hope so. I want to see like a team. And again,
They're probably going to end up in the Pac-12. There's already discussion, with the realignment, of course, with USC and UCLA leaving.
because they're there now with like UNLV and your favorite team, the Running Rebels of UNLV. Oh, I know how you feel about UNLV.
All I have to say about that is
Christian Leitner.
Christian Laettner.
Yes.
We did not celebrate Christian Laettner Day a few days ago, when the greatest shot in NCAA tournament history was completed with 2.1 seconds left in the now defunct Philadelphia Spectrum building. Grant Hill lining up from the camera view from the left baseline on this side of the basketball goal, throws the perfect pass. Leitner catches it, one dribble to the right, turns pivots. Pelfrey and Feldhaus do not know how to play defense, apparently.
No.
Nothing but net.
You know there was controversy about that shot that he actually lifted his pivot foot.
No, that's bullshit.
I didn't
not
see
cussed
it.
this whole time. That is bullshit. His fit does not move. No, that's bullshit. I don't know.
I totally agree with you.
Nope.
I totally agree with you.
I've watched that a million times, and he dribbles, and no, there's no travel. Now, you could make a case that in today's world, they probably would have ejected him for stepping on Amino Timberlake's chest.
They would have.
But you also have to realize the play before that, they would have reviewed when Feldhaus forearms him in the back of the head and knocks him under the goal, and no foul. Nothing was even called, which was the play right before that.
They would have ejected him because I won't say this. I won't say the actual word, but as a coach, I am a coach, so I feel like I'm qualified. We're a little different now in sports than we were years ago. We're a little
soft. Everybody gets a participation trophy, and we're a little soft. And that's why you will never convince me that the Chicago Bulls are not the greatest.
Oh, 100%.
No.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan will always be the greatest player because you sneeze on somebody now and they call foul.
This is why
I don't even
you
want
can't
to
convince me that Joe Montana is not the greatest quarterback of all time.
I totally get it. No, it's a different thing. Yeah. I mean, again.
When somebody breathed on Tom Brady, he was complaining to the officials.
Agreed. And it's different. I agree. Yeah.
Tom Brady's a tough quarterback. No, he's not. He's really not.
I get you. Again, Steph Curry, Ron Harper, he'd never. No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh
no.
He would have shut him.
Draymond Green, all that. No.
Not to
sorry,
mention
brother. Sorry, brother, because they probably would have put Scotty on you. And
the NBA now, nobody starts playing until now, just to get into the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
And then
look at the Lakers. Of course, now the Lakers made some good trades, so they finally got some better offense, but they are playing harder now to make it into the.
Yeah. LeBron went and grabbed him some guys so he could win another championship.
They're not going to win the championship.
No, of course
not happening. It's
LeBron
not happening.
James,
but I know it's anyway. But yeah, so yeah. There you go.
I don't like LeBron. I said LeBron and Tom Brady in the same.
They don't play. I know, right? With two of your favorites.
Woo. I like LeBron better than I do Tom Brady.
TB and LJ.
Jackasses. Him and Stephen A. Smith need to go on vacation together.
They might. You never know.
He's a personal friend of mine.
You might. I mean, it could happen. But yeah, the game's it's not called the same.
So it's not.
And he did get a technical foul. People always forget that. They did tee him up.
They teed him up.
They did tee him up again. But I will say this again because we did this last year. The thing you have to remember for that game, other than that step, Christian Laettner was perfect.
He was.
He did not miss one shot.
That's very true. It's very true. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And it will always be the greatest shot in NCAA tournament history. You will never convince me otherwise. The Villanova shot, nope, because the game was tied.
No, yeah, that game
Christian Laettner misses that shot. Duke is not the dynasty that it has become.
100%.
They're not. There's not that conversation. And
it wasn't an easy shot either.
The forgettables with Pelfrey and Feldhaus and Farmer and Woods and all those guys, that would have been one of the greatest upsets ever.
I actually think that dunk that Grant Hill had was like one of the greatest shots that I've ever seen because he was actually behind the backboard.
Now that was against Kansas.
It was against Kansas.
Yes, and that was in the title game.
Do you remember
91.
what the theme song was for that NCAA championship game?
The theme for the NCAA
that CBS played
championship.
That CBS played, not that stupid
not the one shining
not that
moment.
Stupid song that they just refused to stop.
No,
playing.
I don't. What was it?
It was Small Town from John Cougar.
There you go. How about that?
Yep.
How about that?
I still remember that because they opened with that with Small Town and they showed pictures of all these kids that were playing in the game.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Actually, not just those two teams, but the whole final
four. For the whole thing. That's pretty cool.
I'm like, that's pretty awesome because all these kids and and everything. But that dunk from Grant Hill, I still I jumped out of my seat for that. And I'm like, that is no way that went in. There's no way that went in.
Yeah.
And that was it was a bad alley-oop.
Freshman.
It was really.
And he was a freshman.
It was the worst alley-oop I've ever seen, and he made it look great. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, come on, give me a chance here. But he made it up. But anyway.
Yeah, freshman.
Grant
Hill with the flat top.
I am
awesome hair.
I have always kind of been
72-65.
I've always
beating
been,
Roy Williams.
Yes, that's very right.
And Mark Randall, who was an All-American for Kansas that year, but they beat him 72-65.
I've always been kind of a Kentucky fan in basketball. Just kind of grew up that way. I know. I grew up that way.
You at home just saw what I did, so there you go.
You did.
Sorry. See, I did so good.
I've dragged it out of.
I'm sorry.
I dragged
Laura.
it.
I'm sorry, Laura.
So national
Plus, I'm a
championship.
Tennessee guy. I mean, all things Kentucky. Anyway.
Go Noles.
23-16.
Which, by the way, they're giving them a shot this year to be in the college football playoff.
I believe that.
Yeah, they're loaded. They're absolutely
I
loaded.
know. I totally believe that. I think. I mean, Dabo was talking about how Clemson's never been better. I'm like, y'all ain't even gonna. You're not gonna get in there, and you're not even gonna win your league this year.
I think
Florida State's gonna win.
I think Florida State.
If they stay healthy, they got to stay healthy.
They got to stay healthy.
If they stay healthy, they will.
Now, again, nobody gives a shit because that's not the SEC. And it just means,
I only watched it for like 10 seconds. And the article on Dabo, I just read like the first 3 lines.
It just means more.
SEC.
Right?
SEC.
Just means
SEC. SEC.
God. It's like people that say that shit, it's like, just Google the history of college football and they get back to me. Anyway, Nick Saban is the reason you can say that, folks, and he ain't got that many years left. I don't mean on Earth. I'm not.
Right. We're not talking about.
There's no predestination
We're
that I know.
We're not talking about. Right.
It was predestined that he would.
I do think it's funny.
I could probably talk to somebody.
How he
about
keeps
it.
talking to him about. You better get this right. You better get this
Yes.
right. I'm just letting you know.
I'm going to buy my team.
Because I'm getting ready. We're getting ready to just buy our team for the end of my career and go on like a 4-year in a row, title run.
And he'll do it.
Because
he'll do it.
because y'all are not listening to me.
And they got all the money they want.
That's what I'm saying. This is
they got all the money they want.
This is Alabama.
Yeah.
Look what
got
they
all
did
the money
in
they want.
basketball.
You know what scares
Look what
me
they
about
did in
that?
basketball.
You know what scares me about that?
What?
Is that will happen at USC as well because they got all the money
That's
they
true
want
too.
to.
That's true too.
And that is
I
that
can't
is
stand. Dun dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. I don't like you.
I don't like USC.
No. No.
So national championship on Monday night.
San Diego
we're saying
State
San Diego State
and
of UConn.
Of the men's division.
62 to 57
Ooh.
is the final score
Ooh.
of the national championship game.
I'm
62 to 57.
gonna go a little bit higher than that. I think they have to turn a little bit and have to hit some free throws down the stretch. I'm gonna say 71-67.
71-67.
San Diego State.
San Diego State. The Aztecs.
The Aztecs in
Doing their division proud
That's
and
right.
making
That's right.
Jerry Tarkanian happy in heaven.
Tark the Shark.
Tark the Shark chewing on his towel.
He just always looked so sleep deprived.
He was like a coach. He's like Joe Biden as a coach, right? Just looks like he's ready to fall.
Except I think he actually knew what he was doing.
That's hey-o. Hey-o. You think the Democratic Party now is just kind of like sitting around going, God.
They're over both of them. I
Yeah.
feel pretty confident.
It's like what?
And I think that's bad. I just think that's that's bad. Yeah, but what are you going to do? I mean, they're in there, right?
Where
So-
it
but no,
terrifies me that Joe Biden is not going to make it to the end of his presidency, either mentally or actually physically, and expire, as we like to say.
Yeah, because he'll be 82.
Yeah, and he's not healthy.
I would not. It would not appear so.
And then you look at where we're at. So yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's bad. We went from basketball to that. Let's go back to basketball.
Let's go back to basketball. You're right. So we both think San Diego State.
Yep.
I don't know that I think that. I hope that. Does that make sense?
So you think Florida Atlantic will actually beat them, or
No. I think
UConn's going to be?
I think UConn is the best team left.
I agree.
And I don't even think it's close.
Yeah.
I just hope that San Diego State can stay on this run because I'd love to see that. That's what I love about college. You and I were texting last weekend. This is what I love about college basketball because in college football, it's almost predestined sometimes.
Right. There's a theme for the show.
There's a theme for this show. And folks, you didn't hear the conversation
earlier.
yeah.
So
I got to check on my horses after we're done too. Remind me.
And beer for my horses.
I do. I got to go check on my horses.
Beer for horses. No. Anyway, so here's my thing. So UConn is going to have a hard game. It's just going to happen. It's like South Carolina in the
against Miami.
So the question is, do they whoop Miami and then the game is the hard game is San Diego State, or
I think they're going to get beat up. Miami's going to come after.
Or do they actually have a hard game against Miami and then what happens? Because if they have the hard game tonight, the difficult game, and then they persevere and beat them, then I'm going back to, okay, they showed that they can have a tight game and win, and then they're probably going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it could potentially get ugly. But I think they'll win tonight, and I think they'll probably win. I'm going to say by, I'm going to say 10. I think it's going to be like 81-71.
Oh, against Miami. So you're thinking
I think
they
it'll
win
be.
by 10. Okay.
I think they will, and then their letdown game will be in the title game.
I just want Miami not to win, and even if Miami makes it to the championship game, I just want. And I don't even. What I would love to see is Miami in the championship game. They're winning with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. 0.4 because 0.3 you might not get a shot off.
Right.
And I hope somebody throws it in, taps it up from half court, and it goes in,
puts them out,
and it knocks them out, because I hate the Miami Hurricanes. I hate the Florida Gators. I hate all those teams because there's a team in Tallahassee.
You don't hate Florida Atlantic though in Boca Raton, do you? You a little bit. It's okay.
It's not Florida State.
I would, but you would rather FAU win than Miami.
Oh my Lord!
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that whole.
All right.
I mean, again, this hatred goes back to the Dallas Cowboys. Gee, Dave, how can you tie that in, Jimmy Johnson? So, I mean, listen. Yeah, I'm a Niners fan, and it's deep.
So you're not a Howard Schnellenberger fan either.
No, you folks. I mean, folks that know me, they know how deep this goes. I mean, my cell phone number. I'm just saying, it goes deep for the 49ers, and there's a reason there's a lot of red behind me,
right? And
there's a reason that red's my favorite color,
right?
And the color,
even our logo.
Speaking of red things,
yeah. You tried to put a play on words.
I did. It didn't really work. But
okay.
I reserved an F-150 Lightning a few years ago.
You did,
and then I finally,
literally a few years ago.
And so I just got I bought a little pickup truck a few months ago, little pickup, and it's because I'm like, I just really want a truck, so I went and got a little pickup truck, and then I get the email from Ford that says,
"Hey, your truck's ready."
Yeah,
4 years later.
Yep.
3 years later. It's awesome.
I did go ahead and customize it
just to see.
You want to know what the price is?
I would.
$67,000.
That's a little ouch.
And there was a few options that I had, but not many. Not many. I didn't really customize.
You didn't go too crazy.
No, no.
Wow.
These were all things that I would want.
Right. Right. Oh,
but,
wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It could be a generator for the house, right? So I mean, it will do that. I'm trying to justify it in my mind, and then I'll save $1,580 something in fuel a year.
Oh wow!
I calculated that. So
wow,
that's not nothing.
No.
But yeah, 67,000.
Wow.
And and I'm not a doctor, and I don't have a ranch. So I can't just drop that kind of money.
We have a minivan, dog. We got a Honda Odyssey.
I know.
Now I do have my truck. My truck did not cost that much. I will promise you that.
Isn't that crazy to spend on a truck though? I've never spent that kind of money on a vehicle.
It's a lot.
I'm awful close to doing that right now, but I have yet to do that because I'm real close. I think I'm going to try to talk. I did text Chelsea. We haven't talked about Chelsea in a while. And I told Chelsea, I'm like, so I get the email.
Oh, Seth has become like when we used to talk about Chelsea.
Yeah. And I said, hey, I got this. And she's like, oh, you should get it. And she's encouraging me. And I'm like, it's a lot of money. And she's like, what, even if you buy it, I'd probably be able to sell it for more than I buy it.
Oh, wow.
Because dealerships now, if you don't have a reservation, they're not locked into a price.
Right.
They're selling these things for $90,000.
Oh, wow.
So part of me's why don't I get it, drive it for a few months, and then just sell it to a dealership?
It'd be like a man.
I don't know.
But then you'd have to find another car or truck, and that might be hard.
I was thinking about just keeping my truck.
Look at you, big ballin'. Want to be a baller? Shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala.
I thought I could sell some horses,
You could do that.
but
Cows.
to Wendy's so they can make some
Wendy's,
better.
they'd be like, listen, make some more beef, people. No more micro beef. Where's the beef?
No more micro.
Where's the beef?
There's a theme to this show. You got some micro beef there, buddy.
Micro beef. Sorry.
That bladder's awful shy.
That's it.
Oh, we
Thank you.
we didn't get to my test results.
That's okay. We got time. We'll get it next week.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Or 2 weeks because Easter,
That's right.
egg hunts, and all the things.
We'll take a week off.
Horseback riding, cow tipping. Thank you to all our loyal listeners.
Episode 46.
Have a great weekend and happy Easter.
Happy
we
Easter.
apologize.
Have a great weekend. Enjoy the national
Much
championship.
love, yeah.
And,
Go Aztecs. Go Aztecs.
DaveDoc.com, DaveAndDoc.com. Hell, that's where you go. Go Aztecs. Breaker 19.
Bye.
We'll see you, folks.
Thank you, Canada.